Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be recommending you guys 9 books which you all should read if you are a woman. I mean, of course, everyone can read these books, but I just want to emphasize this fact that if you're a woman, then you all should be reading these titles without any second thought. So now, without any delay, let's begin. Alright, so my first recommendation would be We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Guys, I cannot stress enough how important this book is for every individual out there. Irrespective of the fact that you love reading or not, this book hands down should be in your reading list, because this big book will clear your conception about what really feminism is. Because there are many people who are not aware of the true concept of feminism. They tend to build their own definition of it based on misconception, but this book will really clear your doubts. This book has so much so many great lessons. This book can teach you can clear your concept about feminism. So I think this book really needs your time and attention. So go and grab a copy. Highly recommended. Next up is That Long Silence by Shashi Deshpande. Yes guys, this is an award-winning book and I absolutely fell in love with the writing. And you know what I learned from this book? I learned that no woman is identified by the relations associated with her, but she also has her own individuality, her own identity, which she shouldn't compromise at any cost whatsoever. We're always either someone's wife, someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's girlfriend, but we often fail to recognize what our real individuality is, what our real existence is. In her 17 years of long marriage, Jaya has never lived for herself. She has somehow always sacrificed or compromised her individual space. Mohan, on the other hand, is a very rigid or sort of patriarchal minded man for whom a woman is just a puppet. So overall, this is a very well written, well woven feminist story, which somehow through the portrayal of Jaya will force you to question your existence, your individuality, recognize your aspirations, your dreams, where your happiness or individuality is being compromised. So I think you should go and grab a copy for yourself. Next up, we have Kingdom's End and Other Short Stories by absolute class prolific writer Saadat Hasan Manto. Saadat Hasan Manto was a class man. The dexterity with which he would write and the immense caliber he had to see the sheer truth of life. I have not seen anyone do this with such utter poignancy, clarity and finesse. Only Manto could do that. In this short story collection, he has emphasized about the horrors of partition, the miserable condition of women back then or even today in our Indian society. He has also talked about prostitution, pimps, and very beautifully has captured the essence of colonial India. I don't think I need to emphasize enough what a brilliant and prolific and fine writer Manto was. So yeah, if you want to, please go and read his works. You will have no regrets. The next title is a very popular title indeed. It is I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai, co-authored by Christina Lamb. I don't think I need to stress enough on the themes presented in this book. The fight that this brave lady fought against the Taliban forces for her educational rights has been summed up beautifully. I think everyone should read this brilliant piece of utter bravery, determination, and unwavering attitude. Go and grab a copy. Next up is Ladies Coupé by Anita Nair. I have recommended this book many number of times. So it is a harrowing narrative revolving around the lives of 6 women, each having a different story to tell, but a very common and a customary theme on which their issues are set. And through the fair portrayal of 6 women, Akhila being the major character, Anita Nair has addressed the complexities and contortions which were quite evident and ahead of the time. So the basic premise of the story is set on a very simple yet a very engaging and gripping question: can a woman live on her own? The novel also raises a lot of questions on numerous social evils, so I think you should definitely read this book if you are a woman. Next up is one of my absolute favorites. It is Educated by Tara Westover. It's a memoir wherein she highlights her struggle and miserable days in a toxic household and how her education came to her rescue. She went on to become a PhD graduate from the University of Cambridge through her sheer zeal, dedication and passion. A must read, I think. Next up is a book which I think is one of the best books ever written in the history of English novels or fictions. That is 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. Oh my goodness, what a brilliant writer Hosseini is. the way he has portrayed the life of Lela and Mariam and the contortions and miseries they had to go through is worth reading, is worth your time. Also, I've done a separate review and a reading vlog of this book on my channel. I'll link it down for you guys. Go and check that out if you wish. At number 8, we have The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. So the book basically has two parallel stories. One runs in the contemporary world and the other in the 13th century. So the contemporary time frame focuses on the life of a middle-aged woman, Ella, who lives with her infertile husband and 3 children. Everything seems perfectly fine in her life until one day she realizes that she feels hollow from inside. Something is missing from her life. There's a kind of void in her life, and eventually she discovers that love is missing from her life, and to overcome that emptiness, to overcome that void, she decides to work and lands herself a job of a book reviewer. And the first book that she receives as a part of review process is Sweet Blasphemy, wherein we as readers discover a beautiful friendship and a story between Islamic scholar Rumi and a Sufi dervish, Shams of Tabriz. And between these two people, many conversations take place which center around topics like mysticism, Sufism, wisdom, and many other things. And as Ella reads the conversation between them, her life is completely changed. We as readers also get to know about the 40 rules of love through that book, through the conversation between those two people. And the way her life is changed is worth reading, and how she eventually overcomes her emptiness, her loneliness is worth reading, is worth discovering. So I think you should read this book. And the last one, of course, is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. You know, when this book got circulated to the masses, it attracted a whole lot of controversy, and for all the possible and obvious reasons which you will discover only when you read this book. Also, this is a Booker Prize winner, and that is also very well deserved. So this book's puts forth a very simple yet a very gripping and engaging question, that which is related to love laws, that who should be loved, how, and how much. This book is exceptional, and this becomes more so imperative when you see the extreme tastes of people in regards to this book. You know, there are polarizing thoughts about this book. Either people love it or they hate it completely. At least there is no moderate opinion in this regard, is what I think. The story is set in the small village of Kerala named Eminem, where lives a very wealthy and affluent family, and the various events which take place in that family narrate the underlying theme of casteism, communism, different social rigid ideals which can maneuver a person's feelings and emotions. Story also deals with the childhood trauma of fraternal twins Estha and Rahel, and how their lives are destroyed by the love laws which lay down the notion that who should be loved, how, and how much. I think Arundhati Roy has penned down one of the best pieces of literature, and I think you should definitely give it a try. At last, we have Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This story deals with 4 March sisters and their growth from their childhood years to womanhood. And yeah, this novel brings themes like love, care, compassion. I think you should give it a try. And yeah, that's it, guys. These were all the books which I think you should read if you are a woman more specifically. So yeah, with that being said, I wrap up this video, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, you know what you have to do. Please like, share, subscribe. Until then, be safe, do well, keep connected, and thank you.